Hello everyone, and welcome back to this English learning channel for all students and learners. Today we are going to talk about a very powerful technique called shadowing for pronunciation. This technique can help you speak English more clearly and sound more natural when talking. Many people use this method, and it really works if you do it correctly. Shadowing is a special way to practice speaking English by repeating after native speakers immediately. You listen to someone speaking and you repeat everything they say like an echo or shadow. You try to copy their pronunciation, their rhythm, and their intonation as exactly as possible. This method was first used to train professional interpreters who translate languages in real time. But now many language learners use it because it is very effective for improving speaking skills. There are many reasons why shadowing works so well for improving your English pronunciation and accent. The first reason is that shadowing makes you pay full attention to the language actively. When you just listen to a podcast or video in the background, you are not really learning. Your brain is not focused, and you are doing passive listening without real concentration or effort. But when you shadow, you must listen and speak at the same time together. This means you have to pay complete attention to what you hear and what you say. Your brain cannot be lazy because it has to work hard during shadowing practice sessions. The second reason why shadowing is powerful is that it improves your pronunciation very quickly. When you shadow native speakers regularly, you learn how to make correct English sounds properly. You learn the natural intonation patterns that native speakers use when they talk to each other. Your mouth has to work hard to make new sounds that do not exist in your language. Your brain also has to create new neural pathways to recognize these sounds correctly and naturally. This is like training your muscles when you exercise the gym regularly and consistently. The third reason is that shadowing gives you safe practice for speaking English without pressure or stress. Many people feel nervous when they try to speak English because they are afraid of mistakes. They worry about grammar, and they worry about finding the right words to use. But when you shadow, you do not have to think of words or grammar by yourself. You just repeat what you hear, and this removes the pressure and anxiety completely. You can practice speaking complete sentences without the fear of making mistakes or being judged. The fourth reason is that shadowing is excellent exercise for your brain and cognitive skills. When you shadow, you divide your attention between listening and speaking at the same time. This engages your working memory and makes your brain work harder than usual during practice. Your brain becomes stronger and better at processing language when you do this regularly every day. This is why shadowing is not just good for pronunciation, but also for overall language ability. Now let us talk about how to do shadowing correctly, depending on your current level. There are two main categories of learners when it comes to pronunciation practice and improvement goals. The first category is pronunciation foundations for people who have never really worked on their accent. The second category is fluency and connected speech for people who already know the basics. Let us discuss each category in detail so you can understand where you are now. If you are in the first category, it means you are a beginner in pronunciation work. You might speak English well already and know grammar and vocabulary quite well and thoroughly. But you have never focused on how you pronounce words or how you sound when speaking. This was my situation many years ago when I first started working on pronunciation seriously. I could speak English, but my accent was very strong, and people often could not understand me. If this sounds like you, then you need to start with pronunciation foundations first. The most important thing to know at this level is that you should not start shadowing. This might sound strange because this video is about shadowing, but please listen to me carefully. Many people make the mistake of immediately shadowing full movies or YouTube videos without preparation first. They think if they just repeat everything, they will automatically improve their pronunciation magically and quickly. But this does not work well, because you are trying to copy sounds you cannot make. It is like trying to run fast before you learn how to walk properly and safely. Instead, you need to start with individual sounds, not full sentences or conversations at all. Go back to the English alphabet and learn each sound carefully and correctly, one by one. Learn the phonemes, which are the basic sound units in the English language system, completely. There are excellent pronunciation books available that cover everything you need to know about English pronunciation. These books are fantastic because they start with basic sounds and gradually move to more advanced topics. The most important thing when using any pronunciation book is that you must use the audio. Do not just read the rules and think you understand everything completely without practicing sounds. If you do not listen to the audio and practice making the sounds yourself, you cannot learn. You need to hear how native speakers make each sound and then try to copy them. This takes time and practice, but it is absolutely necessary for building strong pronunciation foundations. If you do not want to buy a book, that is okay and completely fine. You can search for specific sounds on YouTube and learn them for free there instead. For example, you can search how to pronounce the American R sound or how to make the TH sound. There are many excellent teachers on YouTube who explain pronunciation in a very clear way. They have videos about every sound, and they show you exactly how to position your mouth. These free resources have helped thousands of people improve their pronunciation dramatically over the years. After you learn individual sounds, the next step is practicing what we call minimal pairs. Minimal pairs are pairs of words that sound very similar but have one small difference. For example, the words leave and live sound almost the same, but they are different sounds. Leave has a long vowel sound, and live has a short vowel sound in English. Other examples are bet and bat, ship and sheep, or thing and think in sentences. These pairs are difficult for many learners because the sounds are so close together. You need to practice these pairs until you can hear the difference and produce it clearly. Why are minimal pairs so important for your pronunciation development and improvement long term? Because if you cannot hear and make these small differences, native speakers might misunderstand you. Imagine you want to say "I need to leave," but you say "I need to live." These two sentences have completely different meanings, but many learners pronounce them the same way. By practicing minimal pairs, you train your ear to hear the difference and train your mouth. This takes time and effort, but it is worth it for clear communication with others. The next step in your foundation practice is using tongue twisters for clear pronunciation training. Tongue twisters are phrases that are difficult to say quickly because they repeat similar sounds. They are designed to help you practice pronunciation and improve your clarity when speaking fast. Some famous English tongue twisters are "She sells seashells by the seashore" or "Peter Piper picked." You can search on YouTube for best tongue twisters for clear pronunciation and find many examples. Practice saying them slowly at first, then gradually increase your speed as you improve and feel comfortable. After you have practiced sounds, minimal pairs, and tongue twisters for several weeks or months consistently, now you can move to the next step, which is shadowing basic phrases with audio. This is where you finally start doing real shadowing practice, but with very simple content first. Choose very basic sentences that are short and easy to understand without any complex words. Use content that has both audio and transcript, so you can read while you listen. This helps you connect the sounds you hear with the written words you see clearly. One excellent way to practice at this stage is using real books with audio recordings. For example, you could take a popular book and find the audiobook version online or in stores. You open the book, play the audio, and shadow sentence by sentence while reading the text carefully. This method works very well, and many people use it successfully to improve their pronunciation. You can also use language learning apps that allow you to import books and generate audio. Many apps now have features where you can tap on words to hear pronunciation individually. These modern tools make shadowing practice much more convenient than traditional methods from the past. Now let us talk about the second category, which is fluency and connected speech practice. You are in this category if you have already worked on basic pronunciation and individual sounds. You know how to pronounce most English sounds correctly, and you practiced minimal pairs already. Now you want to take your pronunciation to the next level and sound more natural. You want to learn how native speakers really talk in everyday conversations with each other naturally. This is more advanced work, but it is very interesting and rewarding when you do it. At this level, your main focus should be on 3 important things for natural speech. The first thing is intonation, which is the rise and fall of your voice when speaking. The second thing is reduced sounds, which are sounds that change in natural fast speech. The third thing is rhythm, which is the pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables in sentences. These 3 elements are what make native speakers sound natural and fluent when they talk. If you master these elements, you will sound much more natural even with a slight accent. Let us talk about connected speech first, because this is very important for sounding natural. Connected speech is when native speakers link words together instead of saying each word separately, clearly. For example, native speakers do not say want to with 2 separate words in conversation. They say wanna, which sounds like one word, instead of 2 separate words completely. Another example is going to roar, which becomes gonna in fast natural speech with friends. Or did you, which becomes didja when people speak quickly and casually in everyday situations. There are many patterns of connected speech in English that you need to learn gradually. Sometimes sounds disappear completely, and sometimes sounds change when words come together in sentences. Sometimes two words blend together and sound like one single word instead of two. Native speakers do this automatically without thinking because they learned it naturally from childhood and practice. But as a learner, you need to study these patterns consciously and practice them deliberately. This is why connected speech practice is so important for improving your fluency and naturalness. You can learn about connected speech from good pronunciation books and online video lessons available. Many teachers create detailed videos showing how native speakers link words together in natural conversation. Some teachers take scenes from TV shows and analyze how native speakers talk in real situations. They show you exactly which words link together and which sounds get reduced in sentences. This type of analysis is very helpful because you can see and hear real examples clearly. Another important aspect of natural speech is stress and rhythm in English sentences and phrases. In English, we do not stress every word equally when we speak naturally to others. Content words like nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs get more stress and emphasis than others. Function words like articles, prepositions, and auxiliary verbs usually get reduced and de-emphasized in speech. This creates a rhythm in English that is very different from other languages around the world. If you stress every word equally, you will sound robotic and unnatural to native speakers. Once you understand these concepts about connected speech and rhythm, you can start shadowing real content. But you should start with short and simple content first, before moving to complicated movies. I recommend choosing vlogs where people speak naturally about their daily lives and experiences casually. Vlogs are better than scripted movies because the language is more authentic and realistic for conversation. In movies, the dialogue is written by screenwriters, and sometimes people do not really talk that way. The accent and pronunciation might be perfect, but the words and expressions might be too formal. When you shadow vlogs or real content, always use subtitles or transcripts if possible for better learning. This helps you see what the person is saying while you hear and shadow them. You can pause after each sentence, shadow it, and then move to the next one. Do not try to shadow very long sections at once because it is too difficult. Break the content into small pieces and practice each piece until you can do it well. Then move to the next piece and continue your practice session by session over time. For more advanced shadowing practice, you can use various language learning apps and tools. Many modern apps allow you to import different types of content like music, podcasts, and TV shows. Some apps give you full transcripts and break content down sentence by sentence for easy practice. You can save new words and expressions to review them later regularly with flashcards. These tools make the whole process of learning from authentic content much easier and more organized. Whether you are just starting with basic pronunciation sounds or you are ready to shadow conversations, the key is to practice consistently every single day without missing your practice sessions at all. Even 10 or 15 minutes of daily practice is better than practicing for 2 hours once. Your brain and mouth need regular practice to build muscle memory and neural pathways gradually. Make shadowing part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast every morning. One more important tip I want to share is about choosing content you actually enjoy. If you shadow boring content, you will not continue for long. because it is not interesting. Choose YouTubers you like, TV shows you love, or podcasts about topics you care about. When you enjoy the content, practice becomes fun instead of a boring chore you must do. You will look forward to your shadowing practice instead of avoiding it or making excuses constantly. Also, do not be too hard on yourself when you practice shadowing at home alone. You will make many mistakes, and that is completely normal and expected for all learners everywhere. The important thing is to keep practicing and improving a little bit every day consistently. Record yourself sometimes and compare your pronunciation to the native speaker you are shadowing carefully. This can be uncomfortable at first, but it is very helpful for noticing your mistakes. Listen to where your pronunciation is different and focus on improving those specific areas gradually. If possible, find a language partner or friend who can give you feedback on your pronunciation. They can tell you which sounds need more work and which parts are already good. If you do not have someone nearby, you can find language exchange partners online through apps. There are many websites and apps where you can practice with native English speakers for free. They want to learn your language, and you want to learn English so you can help each other. Remember that improving your pronunciation takes time, and you need to be patient with yourself. Your accent might not disappear completely, and that is perfectly okay and acceptable to everyone. The goal is not to sound exactly like a native speaker from America or Britain. The goal is to speak clearly so that people can understand you easily, without confusion. Many successful English speakers around the world have accents, and they communicate effectively every day. Clear pronunciation is more important than having a perfect native accent that sounds exactly like them. In conclusion, shadowing is one of the most powerful techniques for improving your English pronunciation. But you must do it correctly by starting at the right level for your current skills. If you are a beginner in pronunciation, start with individual sounds and minimal pairs first. Do not rush into shadowing full sentences or videos before you are ready for that step. Use good resources like pronunciation books or free video lessons online to learn the basics well. Practice consistently every day, even if it is just for a few minutes at home. If you are more advanced, focus on connected speech, intonation, and natural rhythm in your practice. Shadow real content like vlogs and TV shows that you enjoy watching regularly, anyway, naturally. Use language learning tools and apps to make your practice easier and more convenient wherever you are. Break content into small pieces and practice each piece until you can do it well. Record yourself and get feedback from others to identify areas that need more work and improvement. Most importantly, be patient and consistent with your practice every single day without giving up. Pronunciation improvement does not happen overnight, or in 1 week, or even 1 month. It takes several months of regular practice to see significant results and improvements in your speech. But if you stick with it and practice every day, you will definitely improve over time. Your confidence will grow, and you will feel better about speaking English with other people. This is a journey that requires dedication, but the results are absolutely worth all the effort.